$1000 tú inscribes. Y hay 3 premios. O 2 creo que son. Primero y segundo lugar. Final y semifinal.
Seguimos activos. Bueno, Jason, vamos allá. Sí, había que poner el micrófono. ¿Qué es lo que es? Está jugando con Eddie aquí. Jugando con el tocayo. Le dimos un rato para que venga, para que juegue con él. El primito mío. A él le gusta jugar, tú sabes. ¿Qué la barrita que tiene? ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo así? Pero no, tú la quitaste, ¿lo de verdad?
Tú fuiste que la quitaste.
Aquí, mira. Ahí.
Entonces lo que yo quité allí, ponlo.
Tú le dices aquí. Sí, no, pero va a dejarlo ahí.
And you know, the versatile George does so many things well. A high-octane player,
Hey, who,
I think, gives you intensity at both ends of the court. Now here's Leonard. Turned in an outstanding game against Golden State. The putback, great.
Salvate ahí.
Great job of crashing.
Salvate, bro.
He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball. Near the line, it's Westbrook, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And the ball travels out of bounds.
Coño, este maldito cargador, loco. ¿Qué es lo que le da este cargador, loco?
And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
Here's Leonard. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. To the inside. Outside for George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shot clock at 5. Right at the free throw line. Basket good. Beverly doing a really nice job, Kevin, squaring up from the mid-range, and he'll make it. Pass to House. Back to Harden.
Oh.
The shot comes out, so the Clippers will take it the other way. Harden against George. Leonard kicks to Zubac. Passes to Beverly, and a foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. And so just over a minute and a half played. Leonard attacking, and he lays in the alley-oop. Hey, what an alley-oop. Those two read each other's. Oh, well. It's a play I'm sure they love to run. And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out just fine. The Clippers are gone 3 of 5.
Te voy a decir que yo vi. Hay 2 jugadores. Tú sabes que en la...
¿Qué hacen combinación? Yo sé.
No, no es la combinación.
Hacen como sinergia, como que...
lo que tú le pones tú mismo, que es como la yompa, que te la pones tú mismo. ¿Cómo que se llama eso? Que tú le pones la yompa del jugador que tú quieras. ¿Verdad? Entonces saca yompa, que es más fácil que otra. La más fácil, la que todo el mundo, la que todo el mundo comienza a usar, es la de la VIN. La VIN, ¿se acuerda la VIN? Que está en Chicago.
Salavin.
Y la otra es de un tipo que está en Houston, un grande. Yo no me acuerdo el apellido, pero él es quinteto, un blanquito, un grande. Que tira de que facilísimo. Déjame ver, ahí está por ahí.
Se folocha.
Yo creo que es. No.
George against Harden. George looking around. Pocket 6. From the stripe, that one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
When PG-13 is feeling it, he can be an absolute monster from mid-range.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, no matter how you feel about James Harden, you've got to respect the love for the game. I mean, he absolutely lives and breathes basketball. That passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
And Clark was quoted in saying, most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't
dice Eric que siga diciendo de qué equipo que tú dijiste.
Certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination
De Houston es el team.
the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
Now here's Leonard. Pulls up on the wing.
Está loco,
It's wide right. It's off the rim.
And smothered him on that
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night, hand in your face on every jump.
And here's Beverly. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Morris outside. Kicks to Beverly. Second chance effort. He can't get that one. And Houston the other wing. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last man.
Sigue la banca,
Houston making a switch. Gordon's checked in.
Sí, de poco. Ya lo he comprado uno,
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly. It's Westbrook. And for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Clippers have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game up. Back to Williams. There's the pass to Harrell. On the wing, George, guarded by Harden.
Dóblenlo. Ya.
He heals the jumper. George has got his second basket of the night.
Because of the high release and he elevates so well, George can make
Ay.
these shots look.
Pero a mí sí me gustó ahí. ¿Y qué pasó ahí?
Absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific.
Eso pasa a veces. Hasta a mí me ha pasado, ¿eh? Por eso tiene que pasar con el vaina, con el pasador inteligente, que es este botón.
Outside, George. And Covington sends it.
Te la quité, ¿viste? Vale, entré. Ah, Justin River, el blanquito, un base, ¿qué base?
Un
blanquito que se espera por ahí. Es Justin River ese, yo creo que.
La doy yo para más fácil.
Sí, yo sé, yo lo voy a meter ahora. Él es banca, él viene de la banca, Oye. Eso es raro cuando está ahí.
Pero no viene de afuera corriendo y cómo la rebotó.
Oh, Harden. Que cómo viene la rebotó y no viene de afuera con el impulso. Yo no sé, salió de por allá atrás 200. Es hijo del entrenador de los Clippers. Ese era entrenador también. Era entrenador de Houston también. No. Yo no lo he visto. Es el primito mío que está comentando ahí. Ahora ese que te dice, mira. Es. Si no es ese, entonces. Ya, pero ya. Entonces se fue Locha, entonces,
Él es, o es corta,
Jeff Green, he's checked in for PJ Tucker. Cephalosha comes in for Robert Covington.
Gerald Green tiene que ser.
For James Harden. It's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Jackson passes to Harrell. Here's man.
Tapón.
It's going to be out of bounds.
Tapón.
Will retain possession.
Mira cómo está.
Just 4 to shoot. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer.
Bien.
And already they take a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
and a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Coño,
Gets with the
mariconazo.
rebound. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Rivers can't get it to go.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
You can't be forcing a shot like that, but you got to keep the ball moving. Get something
En la
back.
mente, gracias a Dios.
Jackson looking around.
Bien. 2, 1.
James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points.
Ganga Coffee, Blow Rolling Paper, patrocinador oficial de este directo. Ya ustedes saben, ha pasado la primera mitad, el primer cuarto. Houston Rockets versus Clippers.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good.
William Howard. William Howard, que alero. Tiene que ser, dice el primito mío. El primito sabe mucho mío, porque siempre está metido en eso. Tiene que ser ese a lo mejor él.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display.
Coño, me quedé.
And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, you think?
Well, this is the edge that
Me quedé.
can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
Green is out there with Damari Carroll. And there's Gordon. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's McLemore at the shooting guard position.
La mente.
Pride for Houston right now.
Diciendo que la mente.
The team's a
Y no es hijo de un entrenador.
now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played.
No, pues es malo,
Teams
tiró
play
solo
small
ahí.
ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a
No, ellos sabían que te iba a quedar solo. Coño, pero cógela.
Guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8", so it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function
Eso es.
of point shots importance in the game.
Eso es.
Stolen by Carroll. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. Pass break chance. And some nice passing there by
Ooh.
So he'll get a chance at the line. You know, at this point, Austin Rivers has proven how deadly he can be as a weapon guard off the bench.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I like the energy that
Vamos a ver que no se sabe el nombre.
he pushes the tip, looks for a shot.
Él lo va a buscar para decir.
Guard spot effective.
Houston,
Si tú quieres, ven para acá para que juegue, ven.
PJ Tucker, he's checked in
Acá vente
for
para que juegue con
Green.
él.
Robert Covington comes in for Damari Carroll.
Amago la luz.
House is checked in for Gordon. And it's James Harden in for McLemore. Rivers hits both of them.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he
pero ¿qué lo que es?
to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. 3-point lead. Harden against Beverly. Harden kicks to Rivers.
Está caliente de ahí.
The Rockets again get hit. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6-man for the rest of his career.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Many shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon.
No, don't care esa mamita,
There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses.
Ese crossover cualquiera se debado.
Está demasiado grande el loco.
Sí, no, ese crossover está duro, el crossover.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you.
Yo sé.
Leonard kicks to George. And the foul on Harden. James has his first foul of the game. Outside Leonard. Rebounded by Tucker. Rockets leading by 7.
Ay.
Harden, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Rivers against Beverly. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
No, ese no.
Stolen by Harden.
Ese no.
Coño, ¿por qué le da?
Ese no, ese no. Se quedó Paul George ahí quedado. Tú estabas esperando un tiro de 3, dilo. El aire. No deja puerta para que salga esa mujer en medio. Aquella, bro.
And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Rivers.
Está fríísimo, vos.
Substitution here for the Clippers. Harold, he's checked in for Zubac. Jermichael Green comes in for Marcus.
Y no tiró.
Rodney McGruder's checked in for
Mátalo, Harden.
Since the triple.
Since the triple. Inserta el triple.
Onto him, he has come through big time. You gotta keep getting him touches.
Este que es peligroso, acá.
Williams dishes to Harold. Outside, George. Will it go? And the call on the shot sends it. When you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different.
Está trabajando.
No doubt
Está
about it.
bien.
I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically
Stop the running, bro.
go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever.
Yeah, stop the
Because
running.
there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
And it's Magruder missing.
You can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys,
A ver, esa cambia de mano aquí es imposible, loco.
I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook.
Lo voy a dejar.
And that one's good, George.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock him down. Well, you know, stopping him is
prendió
never
Harden
easy
ya.
to do, but the defense was strong there.
There's 48 seconds left to play here in the second.
¡Oh! Pero ¿por dónde entró ese hombre?
Con el cuadro.
Pero no estaba Harden y este tipo ahí.
Este tipo, hasta un aliyú, ese es lo que cogía de allá.
Rockets leading by 10.
Acá.
Harden outside. And
Mátalo, Westbrook.
the arc. Fades and shoots.
Ahí sí, lo dejaron. Ahora sí.
Hit the line by Houston. He hangs
Claro,
in
porque
there.
no brinqué ahí, porque me coge
And the Rockets lead by 12.
And that's his flat-out hustle from Carroll, showing how much he wants the rebound.
¿Tú viste eso, Eric? ¿Tú no viste?
Westbrook will bring it up for Houston. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up.
Ese jalado para allá se ve duro. Te jalan para allá que te devuelve. Tú no hayas que hacer. Tú tienes que dar la palanca. Cuando tú me lo das a mí, se me queda de la palanca y de todo.
Esa vueltecita así, como el pasito.
Sí, como que te...
Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of
El
the
Light que
game.
juega con Brooklyn. En Brooklyn está vaina. Llama al Crawford ahora. El otro juega con Brooklyn.
Punching on you.
Ah, por lo menos un veterano, ya. De Cotré. Irving.
Second free throw, no good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoop. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
And so it's the Houston Rockets. 13 points up at the end of the period. They kept the tempo quick and
que se lo van a matar al jugador. Sí, lo quieren matar, Westbrook.
More in store for you right after this. The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Jeff Smith. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal.
21 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. 24 puntos, 2 robos, digo un robo, 4 rebotes. Que tiene Harden. Oye, que la defensa se está roncando, oye. Shaquille está pasado. The defense is, keep doing what you do. Sigue haciendo lo que están haciendo.
That's what jumps out at me. You're not going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority.
Loco, te he bloqueado 4 pelotas, tú no me has bloqueado 1.
They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip
that. Que yo tengo ahí es solo
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Ya tú sabes. Este directo es gracias a Ganga Coffee, Bro Rolling Paper, la compañía, ya ustedes saben. Hi to HD, en grado.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive. It probably has to happen quickly. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out. Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense. Moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been
funcionó el doble. Vamos allá. Hey, no lo hayan está. Solo. Westbrook en la esquina.
After Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the power forward. Beverly for 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Covington's got his 4th rebound in this one. That's part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duty.
Westbrook. Asistencia de Harden. Amague. Contacto. Y el tiro. Oh, pues tú no viste cómo brincó. Dio como 60 brincos el Morris. Tiro de 3 jugadas. Sí.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. They did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Ay, robo.
Westbrook. And the ball goes on the bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
¿Viste eso? Falta y vale del abusador.
Rockets lead by 18. That's Paul George with the buck. That's his first foul.
Ahora sí.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway.
Está endrogado bajo Westbrook.
And 8 points for Russell Westbrook.
3 for 3, and that's always.
3 for 3, and that's always.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. It's George on the wing, guarded by Harden. Pass to Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. George against Harden. George, no good. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And here's Covington from the
¡Oh! ¡Y falta! ¿Y de quién?
His second foul of the game. Daniel House is checked in for the Rockets. Austin Rivers comes in for Russell Westbrook.
Sí, verdad, Davis, Crawford, Irving y Durán. Yo atrás voy a jugar con Brooklyn atrás.
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is an elite scorer, does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition.
Hey, no.
He is a post-up threat. and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb. Absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind. Big fella with
sí, es buen jugador, Covington.
Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard. Outside of a big guy, I mean, he's not a big guy.
I know, but I know.
Position, but boy, he is very efficient.
Yeah,
down
man.
in the low post when he gets it.
Good name.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got
Tiempo, para, tengo que hacerlo, no me quiere cargar. ¿Qué es lo que dice este cargador? Me está mierda ahora, lo que no sé, ¿verdad?
play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Leonard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And easy 2 points on the layup.
And providing the support, boy, they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by the Rockets.
Here's Rivers. And it's sent back by Morris.
And a rare block shot from Morris.
¿Qué pasó ahí, Dios
Just
mío?
times it out perfectly.
Reverses.
Y falló.
It's rebounded by McLemore. McLemore's got his fourth rebound in this one.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats.
Con Oklahoma, yo creo que él no se aguja con Oklahoma.
Many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead. Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
Para yo tener a Chami, mejor tengo a Richardson. El número 1 tiene ahí, Luis. Con 3 hatres, es el maduro rebotando de ese equipo.
Green's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Tamari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for McLemore. And Russell Westbrook.
Oh!
For Austin Rivers. And then for Los Angeles. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Green comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. Passes it to Shamet. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Shamet.
Well, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally want to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to
Caliente los Tigres hoy.
Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, and you take a look to see if that's the case. And I think flow of game is a priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Aprendido, mira, aprendido Harden. Digo, Westbrook. Se prendió. Me prendió.
Westbrook. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Bárbaro.
Okay. Houston's gone past the 3-point line for 13 of their shots. This leads to 13.
Bien.
Pretty much all of their buckets.
Sí, no, Wes es un psicópata. Demasiado duro el tipo.
Williams passes to Green. Puts up a 3. And it's Harrell missing. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Gordon kicks to House. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
3-pointers are
Doc Rivers está quillado, Eric.
again, Greg, you know the only way
¿Qué pasó, Doc?
is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shootout this team.
Bueno.
And what a day on the glass for a guy who's given up a lot of
Caliente de ahí también.
on the floor.
LA's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
Corre.
Shamet. No good with the triple.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Gets it to go from
Hey.
Gordon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Williams kicks to Shamet. Back to Williams. And
Hey.
contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They give Russell Westbrook.
Well, I tell you what, Kevin, every year it seems like Williams draws more fouls per minute. Man, he's a very offensive talent.
Per minute.
That's off as well.
4 fouls por minuto.
Gordon finds Mamute. On deep, McLemore. Good on the three-point shot. McLemore's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And so is Houston. Way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the
Oye, que no puede ser.
they put on Kawhi Leonard.
Otro trima.
Have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Está desacatado Houston. Vino prendido
As we
Houston.
take a look at our State Farm assist.
Comencé flojo, pero apretar los
Just
tigres.
true
No,
artistry right there.
la
I mean,
asistencia.
great decision on where to go
Hueso.
with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Loco.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. A moment now, we'll set
Qué falta,
to us by Gatorade.
Eso fue un
All
tapón.
here for the fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Rockets. Rivers out there with McLemore. It's Mamute, and it's Chandler, and it's Cephalosha in at the small forward. Rivers hits both of them. Martinez inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation.
Diablo, pero cubierto a 91% la metió.
Adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that.
Pero coge la bola.
Basically, time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, you think there's any videotape review here, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology, if you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's foul number 2 for him. A platoon swap here.
No lo vi, ese tapón no que le dio Morán a Hueso. Oye, que Morán tapó Hueso.
Off the inbound.
No, tengo que buscar las redes ahorita.
They have been board dominant in this chain. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Man, it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, rebounding has certainly been at
¿Viste qué pasó?
the center of it. But it's been good on a number of
Eso sin el turbo, todo eso que se hace. Si entraste con el turbo, él forza más. Ya hasta se le cae la bola.
So with that fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. But that's just pure effort and hustle.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the final. Like that?
No la botaste a
Yes
Chepa.
and no, I think you have 2 separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have. And then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. I think there should be a clear separation between the 2 players. No, I don't know.
Ben McLemore.
At least you're honest.
Se durmió, Leon ahí.
Yeah, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me.
Treated the rim like it stole something from it.
Back to Morris. There's the triple. Tyson Chandler grabs the board.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing.
And, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Beverly against Rivers. He kicks it to Cephalosha. Lets it go from deep. That one doesn't drop. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Ya, bueno, le dio la bola ahí. ¿Qué pasó ahí?
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful
Pero
presence.
qué, oh,
inside.
¿qué ve con la defensa? Métete,
And
métete.
then mix it up down low.
It's stolen by Morris.
¿Dónde va?
And it's blocked. It's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Clippers ball. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll
Muy
shoot
chiquito,
two
tenía que
from the
pasarlo,
free
¿no?
throw line. We've seen some ugly incidents last 2 years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line, interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between.
No, pero coge todo el cuerpo ahí.
More, but I still don't think it's epidemic. But I think
Ataje heavísimo.
and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
Launches a three. Morris kicks to Leonard.
Está loco,
Sends it back.
Por ahí no.
How about the basketball
Ay.
IQ of Chandler? Just
No
knows
joda.
exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots.
Leonard dishes to Morris. And the pass to Zubats. Now Beverly. Pass to Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
La dejaste ahí ahora.
Now here's Rivers. Defense right on. Mark, should the NBA consider widening the court to even out the value of those corner threes?
That wouldn't be a bad idea, Kevin. But I also like the fact that there's a deep three at the top and on the wing. And then you've got a little shorter three if you can get to that corner. Widening the lane to make that three more in line and symmetrical with the deep three at the top.
Vamos a follow.
Having a short corner.
I agree with you. Well, the undrafted Rodney McGruder, Greg, has earned his way into the NBA.
Ese metió pila de puntos el otro día, ese mismo que está metiendo metió como 30 puntos metió ese el otro día. Ese nuevo, McGruder.
He's improved his game and has kind of carved out a spot here in the league.
Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Green. McLemore, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
He had a defender all over.
Greg, he got it good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Our first free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Jackson.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Rockets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year. And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal.
Aquí metiendo bola con un panita. Ya el panita compró la Play. Estamos aquí metiéndole la cuenta ahora para que tenga el plus y tenga los juegos que yo tengo. La compramos hoy, nada más compramos la consola. ¿En qué está? ¿Qué es lo que es? No, está frío de ahí, no la metemos.
Houston gets it back. Moves back up.
No, todavía no, le puse la cuenta que ante yo tengo la otra, le puse el otro código. Para probar. Para cuando acabe de descargar unos juegos que estoy descargando, entonces ponerle la plus.
From deep.
Ya. Está esperando un tren.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Ahora fue que salió de trabajar.
Really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldrich, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Russell. We often are told that the first game at home after a long road trip is like the last game of the road trip. How important was getting this win here?
La Walson. Tú sabes que le hablé de la Walson, no me dijo pero él va a aprender a jugar Walson, le vamos a enseñar eso, le vamos a descargar. Le vamos a descargar la Walson para que él la juegue también. A él le gusta ese modo de juego porque él jugaba full móvil conmigo. Entonces, tengo que enseñarlo a adiestrarlo bien. Sabes que Call of Duty es más picante que cualquier juego. El juego más picante que hay es Call of Duty. Go to get it. I gotta go to get it. A ver si está duro, loco. Bombe. Cuando estamos jugando, vamos a poner el modo que se oigan los discos. By me. Voy con Brooklyn, voy con la chaqueta que tenía ayer en el video. I gotta go to get it. 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 ¿Te va con vainita curry?
Cuando la cosa está mal, ve a tu raíz. Encuentra.
Coge a Houston. Coge a Houston.
Tranquilo.
Es que tú no quieres salir de Wario. De Wario no hay nadie ya más que Thompson y. ¿Cuál chaqueta cojo, Eddie? O Ismael, dime a Ismael, ¿cuál chaqueta cojo? Saludos para mi hermano Ismael de Nueva York, que está esperando un tren para ir a jugar Warzone ahora. No, vamos a coger la chaqueta de cuando los Jason Key ese tiempo. Vamos a remember that shit. Vamos a ver la Lex. I gotta go to get it. Que juegue con Filadelfia, ¿verdad? ¿Voy a jugar con Filadelfia? ¿Qué es lo que juega con Filadelfia? ¿O juego yo con Filadelfia? Él no quiere. I gotta go to get it. 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 I gotta go.
Yo creo que Filadelfia está en la final de un torneo que están dando.
Claro, Filadelfia es duro, ¿no? Yo porque no sé jugar con Filadelfia.
Hay un tipo con Embiid metiendo peligro de tres.
Embiid la mete. Embiid la mete. Y Nicolás Jokic la mete y son jugadores grandes.
Y no viste ahora, cuando comenzó el primer juego de Filadelfia, cuando se levantó y aplaudió enseguida porque me metió un tiro de tres.
Ah, sí, su primer tiro de tres. Es que tiene cero intento, No, es que él no lo intenta.
¿Tiraba de tres?
Cero intento. Cero intento tiene en una temporada.
En la 20, con la máquina. Tú tienes de tener todo lo que tengo que no va a tirar.
DA, it's all yours. Well, Kyrie Irving, great story, DA. Thank you.
Tú sabes, Kyrie
Take a look at the stealing
vainita podrido.
Couple months, the scope of that for
Podrido
me.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past.
¿Qué pasó ahí?
No por emoción, por la vaina que te di.
Durán, ¿qué pasó, Durán?
Your starters. Curry and Clay as a Splash brother in the backcourt. John Green is out with Chris
Está bien. Arreglate de rol ahí.
Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center.
I gotta go out and get it.
Irving, and it's LeVert into the small forward position.
Well, this guy, Kyrie Irving, just so reminiscent of his idol, Kobe Bryant. He is one of the cold-blooded scorers in the game and absolutely
caliente de ahí.
for a defender to guard.
Vamos bien, Durán, bien.
Well, how about the persistence of KD? He knows he has the size
KD.
and the reach to keep those possessions
Tiene lo último
alive.
KD ahí, Eloy.
Curry is inside. He's covered by Irving.
No.
And the call on the shot sends him to the line. And indoors for both Kyrie and Kobe. Each had urge to step.
Están hablando de que Kyrie Irving como que entrenó con Kobe.
No doubt, Kevin. For Kobe, it was Shaq. For Kyrie, it was LeBron. And think about last season. Kyrie actually called LeBron
Caliente de ahí.
to apologize. But let's not kid ourselves, right? He is most comfortable in his starring role.
Outside Curry.
Oye, Pimiento mío, que vencimos tiene como 3 de 0.
Here's Green.
Que ha tirado después que comenzó.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Que tiene, metió 2 antes del COVID. De 3.
Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
¡Oh! Está rojito por tu solado Kevin Durant por ahí, tú.
But score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on
Mándalo por aquí, ven.
the floor, but also to be the emotional leader, truly a special player.
And again, no good by Golden State. That's him gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far.
Oh!
Boom, he jams it 3 times.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammates.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
The Nets have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Not much in the line there. That'll be an outward violation. And the Warriors making a change here.
Está cambiando el jugador por querer meter a Crawford.
Now Chris.
No, eso no.
Brooklyn with the rebound. Last time in San Francisco, they lost to the Warriors. And Durant gets it to go.
Fire scorer yet to miss a shot.
Thompson outside. No good on the
No dejen.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it, bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 4-point game.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Here's Green. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. The Nets have gone 5 of 8 from the field. Shooting over 62.
Oh, ¿qué pasó ahí?
Here's Allen. It's to Irving.
Hey.
Again. To start the game, he's on the board with that shot.
Inquieto el tipo.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
On the wing, Thompson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The 19-footer is on the money.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That's his first foul. An opinion scores on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you in your voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things.
Crawford outside. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
The shot by Thompson.
Oh my God!
Stolen by Wiggins. Thompson throws it down.
This guy has has length and lateral quickness. Andrew Wiggins has the ability to be disruptive as a defensive star.
Locked up there for Allen and stolen by Chris. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. From past the arc. 1:02 left in the first. And the Warriors get it back. And another shot. And that's basket number 4. He's taken 9 shots to this point.
Well, you've got to mix up your looks and where you score from. And right now, Klay Thompson, the mid-range jump on point.
Irving misses.
No, ese Irving me pilla, amigo. Irving se le mete una loquera a veces, no me entiendo ni que lo mata.
Omen pass to Wiggins. Misses with 2. Nets trail by 3. To stop the run.
Yeah, bro.
Misses the dunk.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk. You got to put down and.
And here's the fast break. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Irving. 10 points for KD.
Well, this is why Kyrie Irving can make a defense look bad. He can score.
This play has been really solid right off the bat.
From deep three-point range from beyond the arc. Then some. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
That's just tremendous range from Kyrie. If he steps across the half-court line, you better have a hand on him.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. He got to double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be right back after this. So much talent on this Warriors team. Draymond Green talks about how it all meshes together.
Igualito, Green.
The way I judge, whether we can play together or not.
On how this talent was team matches
on the offensive end, it's about picking each other up on.
Greg, defense is Draymond's special. No question about it.
And it all starts on that end. The Warriors feel like if they take care of business at that end, the offense will take care of itself.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Guys, I love their defense today. They were and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Looney, and it's Poole in at the 2 guard. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much.
Well, you know what DeAndre Jordan is going to bring to the table every night. Great effort, incredible presence on the backboards, a ton of length defensively. Love everything he does for you.
No good on that one.
Well, DeAndre Jordan remains one of the best rebounders in the NBA. His ability to dominate the glass and get you extra possessions. Just a thing of beauty.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. LeVert checked in for Taurean Prince. Crawford comes in for Joe Harris. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. Jordan with the bucket. And the Nets lead by 2.
Well, you cannot give DeAndre Jordan those types of lanes. As soon as you do, he's going to exploit them.
And with DeAndre Jordan, the rebounding is as strong as ever goes. But what about the rim protection?
Well, I think obviously DeAndre's block totals aren't what they used to be when he was turning away 2 shots a game. But there's more to defense than just blocking shots. And Jordan remains a plus defender.
Second quarter basketball, just over 9.5 play. LeVert defending. Just 5 on the clock. On its way from Curry for 2. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Wow, this defense is blanking him down the stretch, and that's certainly hurting his team's chances.
And you look at the cast-offs that have bounced
Bravo.
in Brooklyn doors, a great part of the next story.
Se pone verdad que lo metían ahí, ese veterano.
Is the team that gave them their first real shot to play significant minutes. That buy-in and urge to prove themselves a part of what makes their culture special.
And the first one is, of course, you and I enjoy discussing pure scorers, great shooters, but guys that can score a myriad of ways. Give us a couple of names that we don't always hear about that really impressed you.
Well, one young man who I think has got an offensive game that is really continuing to grow and is quite beautiful already is Zach LaVine. Probably the best example, Kev, would have to be the multi-time winner of the Six-Man Award, and that's Sweet Lou Williams. This guy can score against any defense. He's great in pick and roll. He has become a better playmaker, but Lou Williams is a problem to guard.
As people will say, he is a professional scorer.
That's perfect, yes.
Spencer Dinwiddie is checked in for Brooklyn. Warriors trail by 6. And here is Curry, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Looney. It's rebounded by Durant. Durant's got 5 rebounds tonight. Oh, Dinwiddie in position.
Buena de you.
Here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
That one falls. And now it's a 10-point Nets lead.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the
Que cambia a Green y que meta a Pascal de ese minuto.
They need this. Here's Looney, and it's blocked. What a play.
Oh, pero mira cómo se la...
The shot out of the end. Here's Dinwiddie.
Oh.
The shot, no good. And Golden State will come the other way. Here's Green. Down it goes. His third basket.
Y enredó Durán ahí con los pies,
parece. Off the dribble drive, the ability to go at the rim with great force. I love it. Sometimes
esa defensa tiene ese efecto. De abajo está solo todo.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. Trailing by 10. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Oh!
Curry's got his first basket of the night.
Just 1 for 5 this quarter. You know he wants to help his team, but not sure if shooting is the way to do it.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. Making some changes. Owen's checked in for Irving. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Nets leading by 8. Here's Dinwiddie.
A ver, tipo tiene la yompa lejos.
Higgins with it. Picked up by Harris. They get it back. Lee finds Curry. Shot clock at 6. Frames the three-pointer. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson.
Oh my God.
For NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Durant, and that'll be 2 free throws.
Ya, pues le di para la derecha, le di para sacar con la izquierda.
And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
Lee against Allen. Excellent feed here from Allen. Brooklyn leading by 7. And here's Harris from the arc. That one falls.
Ese ganó la competencia de 3 el año pasado. Claro, eso fue Joe Harris.
Timeout called the Warriors. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
También.
Take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. You look at Golden State. It's been a rough season for them. The good news is the lottery is only a couple months away.
And well, for the Warriors, one thing they don't have to worry about is not having enough free time this summer, because they're not going anywhere near the postseason.
And there will be players on the move once this season is over. You can count on them. They have to make wholesale changes.
Ya, vaya arriba,
Taking a look here at the numbers for Allen. A strong stretch of play the last 2 games. Second in field goal percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And you mentioned it, he's the second best shooter in the league right now. Quick trigger with just a little bit better footwork. He could take over that top spot. So for the Nets, Wilson Chandler's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Torian Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's LeVert in for Dinwiddie. And it's LeVert missing. Warriors trail by 10.
And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want.
Well, you're trying to end the quarter the right way. It takes awareness and it takes discipline.
Hey, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Well, I love the way Karis LeVert is attacking. This guy is a skilled guard with tremendous speed.
Haskell's shot is off.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Prince's shot is good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes it back.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 14 points.
On fire, Kevin Durant.
His last game out, he was just not himself.
Como igual de rebote.
And that's a wrap. With the third.
De tiro no. 20-20 los rebotes. Let's go.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's LeVert into the small 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Boy, flipping Jared Allen, number 22 back in 2017, has paid off for the Nets. This guy has proven already in his early 20s to be an NBA caliber starting center.
To the paint.
Ah!
Three-point
play shot.
And they're forcing the ball inside, working like a charm.
And Jared Allen grew up in the Austin area and played near his home at the University of Texas.
Yeah, Kev, just one season with the Longhorns. He really came into the league considered a project, but boy, his development is truly ahead of schedule.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Crawford's checked in. On the free throw, no good.
Well, you're playing right into Kevin Durant's hands when you put him at the free throw line. This guy has always been terrific at the charity stripe. Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. Dinwiddie finds Crawford. Irving for 3. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Curry. Boy, he just hasn't been able to get his shot to fall.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been poor, and that's got to change.
Well, stepping up his game on the defensive end, Steph Curry reads the play and sends it back.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
It's absolutely incredible to me the amount of work Steph Curry has to put in order to get open shots. The reason every defender is using every trick at his disposal to slow him up. And you have to, guys, right? Because if he gets an inch of room, it's over.
Looking to end his cold spell.
This guy is a sensational shot blocker. Jared Allen twice on the pipes.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Thompson. He's got 9. Down low. Wiggins. That's in. Coming off the assist from Thompson. Wiggins has got his first bucket of the night. Brooklyn leading by 14. Endures with the physicality of defense on Curry. He doesn't get a lot of free throws out of it.
Well, you think about Steph Curry's willingness to attack a closeout, right? Teams want to get him off the three-point line. So he has got to be willing to attack the cup, and he's more than capable of getting there.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
Thompson from long range. A rebound by the Nets. Allen's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. KD can't get it to go. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan comes in for Jamal Crawford. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Here's Poole. He's covered by Irving. On the wing, Thompson. 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silent since.
And Durant.
Igualito como él lo hace.
The catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
From about 16, tips it up. Great positioning on the putback.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Irving from long range. Here's Allen. Jordan gets to Durant. From outside, off the mark. Warriors trail by 17. Chris passed to Thompson. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him. And it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Greg, this season is the first time in 4 or 5 years that Golden State will not be the prohibitive favorites to win it all.
I mean, back-to-back devastating injuries in the finals. Kevin Durant departing in free agency with time and help. Will they retake the throne? So we'll just have to wait and see. And not his quarter, scoring-wise, just 1 of 7 from the field.
Timeout called, the Nets. And you see Clay back out on the court. Can't help but think of him going down with that torn ACL in the final.
And Clay showed exactly how tough a player he is. Stayed in to hit his free throws, asked to stay in the game, and became an instant legend even in that losing effort. How about that?
So for the Knicks, Prince is checked in for Durant. Crawford comes in for Joe Harris. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Kyrie Irving. .146 left in the third quarter. Allen trying to break free. Offensive rebound. Can't connect from short range. Warriors trail by 15. Right side, Lee. And the Warriors take on 2 more. Brooklyn's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. It's Prince on the wing. Unloads. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Warriors shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Over to the wing. And a miss there on the triple. And Joe Allen will bring it up for the Nets. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. 2 free throws coming up.
Debió romper esa cancha.
Let's take a moment to see which squads have been the most
No sé qué fue lo que le dio.
on the glass this season. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. The Nets second.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success. And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Lee. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lee's got 4 this quarter.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
There's LeVert. Jordan trying to free himself up. Another shot. Takes it out to Crawford. The shot from 20 feet away. Good D by Lee. Warriors trail by 13. 19 seconds left in the third. Here's Poole, guarded by Crawford. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Lets it fly, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. From deep, and the last shot of the ball doesn't go in for it. And so it's Brooklyn, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we'll be back with you shortly. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about
asistencia del juego, la de Irving para vaina, para de un wide.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Nets leading by 13.
¿Qué pasó aquí?
All fueled up and ready to go.
Suéltame, loco.
The layups courtesy of Petering for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Wiggins. He's out there with Curry. And it's Pascal into the forcing.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
On the way, Wiggins. Pass to Pascal. He dishes it to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Curry gets the bucket. You hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Basket counts. 8 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Just incredible ability on the drive. This guy, Spencer Dinwiddie, so difficult to contain.
Curry can't get it to go.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
A 15-footer. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Nets leading by 13. Here's LeVert. And Curry pulls it down.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really...
He trains the quick shot.
Boy, he makes it look easy. Defender in his grill. No problem. Lights out.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Well, the commitment to winning for the Golden State Warriors certainly begins at the top of the organization, right, guys? Ownership has made it very clear money will not be an issue in retaining their stars.
Dale.
Kevin Durant checked in for the Nets. Kyrie Irving comes in for Torian Prince. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He's encouraged where they are at this game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What they need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
Come on now, this guy is more than just a great shooter. Klay Thompson, really good feel for the offense.
A putback. That shot misses. So Golden State will take it the other way. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. It's his third foul of the game. And the Warriors ownership saying they want this organization to be more than a basketball team, Doris. What do you take that to mean?
I think it means, Kevin, probably the popularity of a great team can be leveraged, right? Via marketing, via media, technology, real estate. Those other revenue streams enable them to sustain this big field.
Dinwiddie dishes to Jordan. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official
Aquí tengo que pedir tiempo como en la otra.
It's the Nets now. Here's KD. And finished by KD.
You can really tell when Kevin Durant is in second nature. And he's going
Me hizo cortina intencionalmente.
Here's Green. A rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 points for him. Offensive rebound, Nets.
Mátalo, Irving, que tú estás débil.
Jordan gets Irving.
Algo aquí. La que se difícil.
And the foul called on.
Ya, pues todos esos rebotes que tú
This is his first foul of the game.
Yo no lo dejo a ti.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here on the court.
never KD. How confident is this guy at the cup?
Diablo, ¿cuántos rebotes fue? 5, 4.
And the lack of rim protection top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with
Mira la cara a Durán. Amarrada. Durán se quiere nada.
Sí, claro.
Durant. It's a take charge brand of basketball he's been playing tonight. This point total tells you all you need to know about just how good he's been. And once he got going,
Diablo, por encima del grande la
it really became simple. Just get him the ball.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off the loss, he made sure they
Oh.
That is remarkable work from Kyrie. Ridiculously crafty at how he gets into the defense and draws the foul. Boy, you talk about the all-time great below-the-rim finishers. Kyrie Irving is on that list.
Oh.
Use either hand
No, Durán, eso no va a fallar.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors.
Coño.
12-point game. Durant down low. Second on Green.
Se amague, güey, acá.
What can happen?
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Indoors, as great a scorer as he is, Kyrie Irving doesn't
Ya.
Cameron, I think that has
Yo le quería decir que a pasar, pero este la rebotó fue cuando van a rebotar. Hizo la más bien. Diablo, fue tarde. Tarde comienzan a reaccionar los tigres.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory.
Aquí ya Green. Tú no lo viste.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kevin Durant.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
Chris gets the Curry. Tries again. Buries the jump shot.
That's a shot any team in the NBA is going to have trouble preventing. Steph Curry's jump shot is simply at another level.
3-second difference between shot clock and game.
¡Oh!
Here's Allen. Green with the block.
Qué bacano ahí hace el giro con 2 veces al cuadro, es en la pintura que lo hace, ¿no? En la pintura que hace el 2 veces al cuadro.
To the middle. Chris. It's good on the putback.
And how about the timing on the backboards there from Chris? Has the size and quickness to be a problem.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Some good competition, but the home team advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think.
Yo, desde que eso acabe, yo brego todo eso. Misión alza,
in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jamal, how did you guys get this win tonight?
We have good players. We have a good coach, and when he put us in good positions to succeed, our players play for each other. We don't care about who scores, and we're a real team.
Yeah, there was a lot of flow out there tonight. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Allá,
vegetariano. ¿El churrasco te gusta vegetariano?